Hello everyone, welcome to Michael's Vlog in the Philippines. I'm back with another video on my Samsung Galaxy S10e. So in this particular video, I'm going to talk about a possible hidden cost that you may not see when you go to the grocery or if you go to a restaurant. Now, for the past few years that I've been here, I never really caught this, but in the back of my mind, I always ask myself, why is it that when I go to certain restaurants, the cost seems like it just suddenly shoot up when I get my bill versus other restaurants, it's almost exactly what I calculated it to be. And so this year I decided to look at my receipt, and at the very bottom of the receipt, it says VAT, which is a type of tax. And it was like 12% tax on your total order. So the total cost of your order gets an additional 12% tacked on top, at least at the restaurants that I went to in Manila. Now, there may be situations where the restaurant already includes the VAT in your total cost. So in those situations, the prices that you see on the menu is exactly what you're going to pay if they already include all the different fees. Now, in addition to the VAT, some restaurants will charge you a service fee. So that could be an additional percentage on top of your tax. So you could get a 10% service charge and then a 12% VAT. And that has a big impact when you're talking about, adding that on top of your total order cost. So if you got an order for 2,000 pesos, you could get hit with first a 12% and then a 10% fee. So 12% for VAT and 10% for a service charge. And that stuff can add up really quickly, which is why sometimes I was always wondering, here and there at certain restaurants, why am I getting charged seem like more than what it should have been? It kind of just shock you sometimes, but that was the situation for me. So at the grocery, typically what I've noticed is they charge a 12% VAT. I don't know if that's on everything. I think it's definitely on food. I don't know about appliances and all that stuff, but if it's on appliances, then I need to look into this and maybe buy a small appliance and see, are they charging you a VAT of 12% on top of an appliance? And if that's the case, then you really need to be paying very close attention to that, because if you buy an item that costs 6,000 pesos of an appliance and they charge you with a 12% VAT, that has a huge impact on your total cost. So those are little things that I consider hidden costs as a foreigner, because we're not familiar with all their tax rules and all that stuff. The local Filipinos here, they may be more familiar with that, and they'll realize that, oh yeah, I'm getting charged this percentage fee markup on everything that I'm purchasing, and that has a big impact on your total cost of living. So this is something that I've never really paid attention, and it's something that I'm going to start paying more attention to from now on. So if you buy outside of these regular stores or grocery, if you buy at a supermarket or something like that, then obviously the VAT should already be included in that. You're not going to have a receipt that says you're going to pay 12% VAT. Those are places that typically the price that they tell you is exactly what you're going to pay. So it is definitely a lot more expensive to buy at a regular grocery store than it is to buy from the market. So that is a new experience for me here in the Philippines. So I've been to a lot of different restaurants. I've bought at different grocery stores, and man, the impacts that this has on your total cost of living is dramatic. Especially with a 12% markup, that's double the sales tax, at least at the last time I was in America, double the sales tax that we would pay for food items in the grocery in my state, which is it was like 6% sales tax. So double the taxation rate. But if you're eating at a restaurant, man, getting hit with a 12% VAT tax and then a 10% service charge, man, that's a big markup. It really is a big markup, and it can have a big impact on your cost of living if you like to eat out a lot. We eat out a lot by, our situation, not by choice necessarily. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, that all these years I didn't realize I was even paying that, to take my family out to eat. All these different little fees that add up. So if you're coming here and you order at a place, keep in mind that you might need to budget for that 12% VAT if you're looking at different restaurants before you arrive here. and you've mapped out where you want to eat it, add that 12% VAT, and possibly have to add a 10% service charge if that particular restaurant charges a service charge. So you really need to pay close attention to that. Now, I don't know how far this tax extends. I don't know if it extends to other types of services and businesses, but I at least know with the grocery and restaurants, they have these special fees. I don't know if you go to an electronics store if you're going to pay a 12% VAT. I couldn't imagine buying a laptop that costs like, I don't know, 60,000 pesos, which is like $1,000 something dollars, and then having to pay a 12% VAT on top of that. That would make for a very horrible customer experience for me to have to pay that additional fee. So I would highly recommend, if that is the case, which I don't know at this point, bring any electronics with you that you want to get before you get here, because that's just too much to pay. You know, the electronics is already too expensive here as it is. If you have to pay a 12% VAT, it's not worth it for you. And now I have to question all the electronic items that I bought because I didn't really look at the VAT, which is my fault. I should have looked at it. But I didn't look at the VAT when I bought my solid state hard drive here. You know, now I did get a good deal on it, so it's probably not a big deal. But I didn't really pay attention if they charged me a VAT, which I don't believe they did. I believe when I bought that, it was exactly the price that they listed it at. So maybe they already included the VAT in it and the price that they listed on the product. So if that is the case, I'm all good. It's all golden. But I believe I paid the exact price that was listed, so it's probably VAT inclusive with the prices that they list on their products. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a real shocker for me to find this information, and maybe it's a shocker for you. Maybe you've never seen a video with someone talking about the VAT and the service charges that you can incur, depending on if you go to a restaurant or to a grocery. Now, at the grocery, there is no service charge. At least I've never seen it. But for restaurants, you could get hit with both of those fees. And man, you know, 10 and then 12% from the other one, that's 22%. That's kind of a lot on top of your order. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of speechless right now, and and considering new options. Maybe I'm going to start reevaluating how I do things. But you know what? It's not really a big deal for me because, you know, we got some things in place that, you know, I could kind of go to someone else and have them do some things for me for the food stuff, and the service charge won't be as big of a deal for me. But that comes with using purchasing power to lower your fees and that type of thing, and offsetting that cost a little bit. But that's a whole nother story. I don't know if I'm going to make a video about that. But in general, you know, prepare yourselves for service fees or service charges and possibly VATs when you get here in the Philippines. I hope you guys enjoyed this video from Michael's vlog. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you know of any other fees that I may not be aware of and you're a local, especially let me know if there's some other hidden fees that I'm not paying attention to that I need to pay attention to so I can recognize where my money is going. So with that being said, I hope again that I see you guys in another video on Michael's vlog. Until then, have a great day.